This isn't your dad's Doom. This isn't even Doom Eternal. This is Doom. The Dark Ages, where rage wears armor, glory kills are medieval rituals, and your enemies, they scream in Latin. But here's the truth, id Software slowed down the fastest FPS of all time, and made it hit harder than ever. Is it genius or a brutal misstep? Stick around, you're about to find out. Hey you, yeah you, before we go further, comment the last Doom game you played and rate your combat skills. Casual Slayer or Nightmare Addict, I'll pin the most unhinged flex. Let's set the tone. Imagine the Doom Slayer, not in a space station, but stepping through a castle gate as lightning splits the sky. Imagine trading a plasma rifle for a burning shield. You feel that? That's not nostalgia. That's evolution. Doom. The Dark Ages dropped in May 2025, and it did not ask for permission. After the rocket-fueled ride that was Eternal, most of us expected more speed, more air dashes, more demon parkour. But instead, I'd said, let's make Doom slow, heavy, and dangerous. And it turns out, that's exactly what we needed. You feel it from the moment you take control. Your boots thud like war drums. Every reload is deliberate. But that atmosphere, it's oozing dread and rage. Think medieval hellcore with a side of nightmare fuel. This isn't a sequel. It's a statement, a return to the essence of Doom, not just as a shooter, but as a force of nature. The pace might be different, but the spirit, it's more alive than ever. And that cover art, Slayer standing atop a mountain of twisted remains, shield in one hand, burning flail in the other, iconic. Gone is the ballet of Eternal. Here, combat is a war march. The MVP, the shield saw. It's part blade, part battering ram, and it has the weight of 1,000 dead demons behind it. You don't just slice, you obliterate. Every encounter is a test of reflex and timing. It rewards aggression, but punishes recklessness. And when you chain a block, a bash, and a bloody finish, it's perfection. This game doesn't hold your hand. You want a flawless kill streak? Earn it. You want to survive a mob of hell priests with nothing but your fists and a flail? Know your rhythm. Know your angles. Even range weapons feel different. The crossbow? Deadly at long range but clunky under pressure. The relic cannon? A delayed powerhouse. It teaches you patience. Timing, precision. Quick pause. What weapon would you mean? Shield saw? Skull crusher? Or maybe you're waiting for that sweet BFG upgrade. Type it below and rep your loadout. Let's take a minute to praise the arsenal. From the barbaric skull crusher to the flaming chain flail. Every weapon in Dark Ages feels handcrafted in a blacksmith's nightmare. These aren't just tools, they're statements. You don't just kill demons, you destroy them with style, rage, and ritualistic flair. This game makes you feel the brutality, not just watch it. Each weapon has a story. The Skull Crusher was wielded by the first Slayer, the one they tried to erase from history. The Chain Flail was forged in demon fire. And the Shield Saw? Rumor has it, it's a repurposed celestial blade, sacrilegious and deadly. There's also a crafting system now. No, not RPG-style grind, real-time forging. Choose between speed and power, elemental damage or armor shred. It's surprisingly deep. Yeah, I said it. Doom finally has storytelling. The Dark Ages dives into the Slayer's origins, his betrayals, and, without spoiling, his wrath. You don't just rip and tear. Now, you understand why? Cutscenes are cinematic, voice acting is solid, lore is delivered through glyphs, visions, and brutal memories. It's all surprisingly humanizing. You learn about the Celestial Crusades, the betrayal of the Iron Clerics, the day the Slayer was locked inside the Crucible Vault. These aren't just background fluff, they're central to the narrative, and they make every battle personal. You feel the weight of his war, the endless rage, the silence behind the mask. It's louder than any battle cry. Would you watch a full Doom Netflix anime if they made one? I would. You would. Comment yes in all caps if you're in. Imagine if Gothic cathedrals and black metal album covers had a baby. That's the world of Dark Ages. Lava-filled dungeons, blood-slick castles, and the kind of atmosphere that makes you check your six. Kerr would say. Levels are tighter but deeper. You don't speedrun here, you strategize. You study, you dominate. Each level has verticality, not in the sense of jumping high, but in layered structure. You explore catacombs beneath towers, collapse bridges to open shortcuts, discover secret trials behind illusion walls. The architecture tells a story. Even the background is alive. Storms shift. Bells toll in distant cities. You feel watched constantly. One level, the Citadel of Ash, is a masterclass in environmental storytelling. A war-torn cathedral split in half by an ancient dragon skeleton. You walk through ribs and pews, under stained glass windows shattered by screams. Soundtrack slaps. No Mick Gordon? No problem. The guitars still roar, the synths still stab, and every boss fight feels like a breakdown is about to drop. Graphics are crisp, effects are violent, and performance is buttery, even on console. When you enter a chamber and the music drops to a whisper, you know something's coming. Every footstep echoes with menace. Every reload snaps like thunder. The dragons don't just roar, they scream in frequencies that rattle your teeth. Enemy sounds have been carefully layered. You'll hear a screecher demon long before it charges. You'll feel the low growl of an anointed titan before you even see it. Visuals? They're a love letter to old school metal. Color palettes shift from infernal red to ghostly blue. Particle effects never clutter, just enhance. Flames dance naturally, blood shines. Armor reflects your sins. Let's not ignore the elephant in the lava-filled room. You ride a dragon, a real fire-breathing, demon-roasting dragon. And it's not just a cutscene. You're in control. You're bombing hellscapes from above. The first time you mount the beast, it feels earned. You don't just get it, you earn it. You slay the corrupted worm, you bind its soul, and boom. Next thing you know, you're tearing across skies like a god. Aerial combat is smooth. Targeting is responsive. You get flaming dive bombs, wing slashes, and soul fire bursts. Think Panzer Dragoon meets Doom. It's ridiculous. It's glorious. Should Doom spin off a dragon riding FPS? I vote yes. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Bonus points if you name your dragon. Every boss in this game feels like a dark god that hates your existence. One messes with gravity, another floods the arena with illusions. These aren't just fights, they're puzzles made of pain. If Doom Eternal was a mosh pit, Dark Ages is a ritual duel at a curse altar. Boss arenas are crafted for spectacle and punishment. No health pickups, no extra ammo. Just you, your instincts, and whatever carnage you can cause. One boss, the Hollow King, forces you to fight in darkness, only lighting up when he attacks. Another, the Choir of Pain, is 3 enemies that speak in unison, dodge and sync, and resurrect each other unless taken down perfectly. They'll make you scream, and you'll love it. Alright, here's the salt. Some platforming sections? Annoying. A few too many cutscenes interrupting the momentum. The flail? Kinda weak until fully upgraded, and Snap Map is still gone. Also, the pacing can slow down a bit too much in the mid-game, but that final act, it redeems everything. And while we're being honest, the armor progression tree could use more variety. Some buffs feel redundant, and a couple of enemies fall into bullet sponge territory. Still, these are minor burns in a volcano of fun. Doom. The Dark Ages is not for the impatient, it's not for speedrunners, it's not even for everyone, but it is for anyone who loves immersive combat, rich atmosphere, and turning demons into medieval soup. 9 out of 10, it's slow, it's smart, it's savage, and it's proof Doom doesn't need to go faster to stay legendary. Okay, your turn. Drop your rating out of 10 in the comments. Lowest score I see gets challenged to a glory kill contest.